AMG Hobby Talk number 54. This is the episode before the expo. So we're getting close. We're getting real close, and it's starting to the days are starting to count down. It is nigh. It is almost there. Blair, how are you doing today?
Fantastic.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yep.
And the collector of the scallops, collector of the people. Steve, how are you?
Top of the morning to you. I'm doing well.
Look at that. The man is versatile. I love it. So we're recording this earlier on Tuesday. You guys will see this episode on Wednesday. We'll be talking about it. So the title indicated to you, we're going to talk mainly SP Authentic. We'll talk a little Ginter as well, since that's going to be one of the products that are going to be coming in. So we'll touch on that. And one of the big things is that we'll make sure that we talk about. So next episode will be the official one just before the expo. So we'll make sure we definitely have, the last minute expo prep, anything you need to know about that related to it. So question, I know Steve will be there for sure. Blair, are you joining us for the Toronto Expo?
I will not be again.
So we're going to need to get the life-size cardboard cutout, is what you're saying.
Yeah. That'll be that's in Sherry's office.
Excellent. So unfortunately, we won't be seeing Blair, but we will see the collector, the scalps collector people. We'll see there, and we'll try to do a couple of things from Expo. Again, we'll talk more about it internally, and then we'll let you know, and we'll try to incorporate that. So if you're not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel, because that's the best way to get contact, or follow the contact points that we're going to have. We'll make sure we've got that scrolling across the bottom of the screen for you. There's the Instagram, and there's the website. The website is the hub, and also in the description, you've got a bunch of the links for what things you're going to need, including the eBay store, eBay auctions Sunday to Sunday. So you've got that on there. And again, links in the description to all that good stuff. So let's get right into the meat of this because we want to make sure we touch on it. I'll grab some comments from last time. But before we do you guys want to tell me a little bit about how the trade night and card show went this past week?
Sure. The trade show, actually, it was a little bit lighter than normal, but it was still, steady flow of traffic. I think a lot of people might have been preparing themselves for the show. But yeah, we were able to get all the tables set up Friday night so we could sleep in an extra hour Saturday morning. And I believe we had 102 tables. And again, just like the last one, it went fantastic. There was lots of traffic. People were buzzing around everywhere. And of course, the traffic flowed into the store. So it was all hands on deck in the store as well. And Blair, I think, was out running around doing a little shopping. So Blair, if you want to touch on what happened in the trenches yesterday or Saturday at the show.
Yeah, no, echoing Steve, it was a good turnout, lots of vendors, and really good crowd. Which I know we said it's heavy in traffic in the store too, but it was heavy traffic in the mall, so I think it's beneficial everywhere. But yeah, I got to go around. It was a great selection of vintage sports. I can't say I saw a lot of basketball, but baseball, hockey, and then your usual big array of new product, singles and sets, and yeah, it was just really good turnout, really good crowd. I got to chat with a lot of people, so a lot of positive vibes. People are just happy to have a show, I guess, and have a venue for it. Yeah, I didn't pick up much. I picked up a couple of pre-war cards to fill kind of holes in a couple of sets, but that was it. And then I came back to the store, and once we got everything straightened away, I opened some Caco-Wow.
Amazing. And Sherry, off in the distance, appreciates you for doing that. She went to good effort to explain to us the virtues.
Yes.
The virtues.
She was actually alongside of me while I was doing that. So
wasn't probably nodding approval, no doubt.
Yeah,
probably.
And then there was some trading of Caco-Wow going on.
Oh, of course. No doubt. No question.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you this then. From your opinion, for your preference or whatever it was, what was your best pull?
Sorry, from the Caco-Wow?
Yeah, from the opening. Well, what in your opinion was the best pull? Whether your favorite character or favorite card, or you think was the best card out of it, whatever criteria.
I was trying to hoard some. I pulled one, and Sherry kind of gave me the eyeballs right away. I forget what that was. One of these, I forget what they are. Sorry, I don't know it.
But the mashups?
Yeah, the mashup. So it was a character dressed as another character. I forget what it was. I want to say it was Daffy Duck dressed as one of the Jetsons, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay. So Jerry got excited about that. I did pull. I'm a Lord of the Rings kind of fan, so I was kind of getting excited about the base cards and stuff. I think
I thought you were going to be all about Friends. That's what I was thinking.
No, I did get a Friends card, but Sherry, of course, didn't have that one, so she was giving the eyeball to that one too. So
I almost feel like Sherry might have threatened you to open up 3 boxes on Saturday because she seemed to claim a lot of the pulls.
She did. I was gonna. I started with one, and then somehow the second one, I think in a very light, friendly way, she was threatening, but yeah. Anyway,
I feel like
it ended up being 3.
I feel like we're developing a very clear image of a very self-serving path that this has taken. And look, Steve, I appreciate it. Like I'm enjoying where the angle in which this is taken. That now we've learned a new way. So why open the packs yourself when you can friendly coax someone into opening them and cherry picking the pieces that you need? I like the strategy. I like this plan.
There may be an intervention needed, and not for me.
I stay away from the cockawau side of the room.
Steve did,
no doubt.
Yeah, he wanted no part of it.
No doubt. All right, let me grab one of the comments from the last episode. So thank you as always for the engagement. We appreciate it. If you've got any comments or questions, feel free to throw it in there, and we can always talk about it on the next episode. So Robin Taylor here said, Doc, there is a Medano buyback auto out of 2 listed on eBay if you haven't seen it already. So thank you for the tip. I did check it out. I think it's sold. It was a little bit priced a little higher than I would have liked, but either way, I appreciate the call out because it allowed me to go take a look for it. It'd be nice if everyone had a card of the week to show off on the podcast, which is not a bad suggestion. It's something we can think about. Keep up the great work, and thank you for your comment. Appreciate that. And feel free again to everybody. You're more than welcome to throw in comments, suggestions, or thoughts. We had some for the live stream as well, but we're going to save that for the live stream episode. So as I said, we're recording on Tuesday. This is going to drop on the Wednesday. We're going to mainly focus here on the new product that's coming out that we're going to talk about in a bit here. But on the live, then we'll have a little bit more interactive element, and then also I'll read the comments that came from the live. So we had a couple of comments from that, and we'll touch on that later on when we do that recording. And if you haven't checked out the live, you'll be able to check it out. You can check out in the archives. Otherwise, if you are able to join us, it is 5 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. in Nova Scotia time, because I already forgot what the time zone was called. Where you are, it is 6 p.m. Where I am, it's 5.
6:30 in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Oh, well, it's true. Yeah. Listen, Foster Hewitt would be proud of you to incorporate Newfoundland. That's important. Yeah. So we've got that for us. All right. So real quick, I'm going to scroll through a couple of these images. We did talk about the trade net a little bit, and the guys mentioned it. So I'll scroll through a couple of these images so that we can make sure we've counted that for it, because we were included with. So we've got obviously some images from the store. I'm just going to zip through, and we got Steve there doing some cleanup duty. We appreciate that. Look at that friendly guy.
That's actually a bunch of McFarlane's. I made a 10-second decision. We were so busy. A guy walked in with a garbage bag. I said, how many are in here? He told me. I gave him a number, and he was in and out of that store in 90 seconds. It was great.
Amazing.
Back to work.
Fastest buy in AMG.
Amazing. I like this too. We got an attic.
That's a good angle.
I didn't realize we had an attic.
Nope.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Spy cam. Attic spy cam.
Yeah, we got that there. A couple of images more. We got a wild Brad Hartland over there doing a little bit of business on the side of that.
Sorry for piping in again. How did Sherry get so high up on the wall to get the picture?
Listen, she probably acquired powers after all the Kakao that got opened. I don't know. There's probably some radioactivity going on there. Listen, there's a lot of
her inner Spider-Man.
Who let Brad behind the counter? What's going on?
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Look, listen, man, don't fight the footage. All I'm doing is we're showing the footage right now. We got the images to prove it, so we're seeing some of these things here. So I'm just going to zip through here, and if there's anything else you guys want to touch on, we got that. And then here's some stuff from the card show. And hey, we got one gentleman over here who's pretty happy. He's happy to be on camera.
Yeah.
To be in an image. So there you go. We got that. It shows off a little bit of the space there so you guys can see. So these images are from the card show itself. So a nice setup. So did you guys compare it to last time? Obviously you had more tables this time. Do you guys think the setup is working well in terms of the space that you guys have in the mall?
Yeah, I think so. And again, the mall's been great working with us. And like Blair touched on too, I think it's just beneficial to everyone. I was watching, regulars to the mall walk in, and their eyes were kind of popping out of their head seeing all the people, because it's a bit of a quieter mall. There's like doctors' offices and things like that. So to see that much foot traffic in the mall, hopefully it was beneficial to some of the other stores, and provided some business for them too. Yeah. But we pretty much took over, 3/4 of the hallway in the mall, and then Absolutely. There was one, large room where we were able to stick some other vendors. But I think it was, like I said, 100, 102 tables. And again, we had to limit 2 per customer, just so we could try to fit as many people as we could in. And I know some people were, requesting more than 2 tables, but for now it is what it is. If we can fit more tables in there and accommodate people requesting more, we will. But at this time, this show is better than no show. So we have to, all work together. But I think the response overall was fantastic.
Yeah, no, I agree, Steve. That overall, it's great. And I mean, we haven't been able to have a show like in the fall, maybe some October shows, but usually it's September. And then most available spaces were kind of taken up with, fall events and craft shows that have been going on for decades. I think it's just really great. I know there's a few vendors that usually set up bigger displays and stuff, and we've had to limit them. But on the other hand, like Steve said, we're getting more people, so building the show. And AMG's gone out and picked up all the tables as well too. So that's over 100 tables being supplied for the show. So we'll get there. And like you said, just trying to fit them in. It is a mall, so they've been great working with us. And no show, or a show is better than no show. And we're able to have it in November and December too. So I think that's positive.
And again, just while we were cleaning up, putting the tables away, thanks again to everyone. Very little garbage that had to be picked up. There was just a couple things. So everyone keeping their area clean definitely helped us. And like we've said before, the malls, keeping their eye on us as well to make sure we keep things nice and tidy. So by 3:30 or so, you never would have known we were there. So the mall was back, nice and neat and clean, just the way we want it. So thanks again to everybody.
Yep.
Very good. Very good. So we'll include a little bit. There'll be probably an image. One of those images will probably make their way into the thumbnail. But hopefully you enjoyed seeing some of those images. And if you're in the area, come and check out the next show, because we'll give you the dates and everything. But we've got dates rolling for the next couple of months. They've been set up. So it'll always be trade night on the Friday and then the car show on the Saturday. They'll be back to back. Same location. That makes it easy. And then we'll give you reminders as we get closer to the next couple of episodes. Once we get into the next cycle. Since it's once a month, we'll hear about the next show before you know it. So we'll hear more shortly. Let's talk about a couple of things that are coming in the store. I'll read off a couple of these, but then we'll focus specifically on 2 of them. So we've got on here, Marvel Allegiance, the Infinity Trilogy. I can say nothing about it. Kakawa. It's not related, but what the hell? We'll just put it into that category. Yeah. So if you enjoy your Marvel, that is one of the items that is in the store. If you're curious about availability, pricing, anything else, reach out directly to the store. That is always the best way. The best policy is always reach directly into the store. Use the contact points either in the description. You can go to the website and use those contact points. That way you'll get the answer on exactly what's available and how much it is, and any other details you need, reach out for that. And then we've got the Young Guns top loaders. Very exciting. And then we've got Allen and Ginter Baseball, and then SP Authentic Hockey. Those 2 are specifically the ones we're going to focus on. I'm going to go to Ginter Baseball right now because I want to share with you a couple of things. We were chatting on it. I think bang for your buck wise, obviously ask about availability and pricing, but I think bang for your buck, there's some fun stuff in here. It is a baseball set, but I'll share with you guys a couple of fun things that go beyond the realm of just baseball, because they don't just stop there. They do have baseball for sure in it. And check out the checklist. I'll include links to these in the description for you, so you can check out the checklist, because you've got that for both. So obviously this is a playoff. If you're not familiar, Ginter is based off of an old pre-war design. So that's basically what they've done with it. And they've tried to turn it into kind of a fun variety set. Ginter is where they'll throw in some wild and wacky stuff in there just for fun. And over the years, there's been a lot of different things, a lot of different fun kind of relic cards. There are some cut autos on here. There's some very intriguing things if you really dig into the checklist. I'm going to only go surface level, but even at surface level, I'll be able to share a couple things with you. So design-wise, you can see that it's meant to be kind of a nouveau vintage design, meant to be invoke the classic. They've had this series out for a couple of years. The autographs tend to be one category where you can definitely have some fun. Signers for this year: Usain Bolt, Chuck Norris, a classic favorite if you're familiar. Jeff Probst, who I think is the host of Survivor, if memory serves me.
Yeah.
And Danielle Fishel, who was Topanga in Boy Meets World.
Love Topanga.
That one I didn't know. Yeah.
You stay away from her, Blair.
Okay.
In terms of that, you also got cut autos, and there's some good cut autos on there as well. The cut autos obviously are going to be very long odds. Don't assume you're going to have a shot at those, but they're not really fun chase. So as far as inserts are concerned, you've got what you expect, but you've also got stuff like this. So ballpark bites. There's a chili dog card. So there's a lot of different food. There is a poutine. There is a poutine card as well. So they're meant to represent.
I'd eat that chili dog right now.
Yeah. Flags of the World, you've got that. And again, so this is 8 cards per pack, 24 packs per box, 12 boxes per case, a 350 card set size. So again, you can have a little bit of fun with it. You can have your baseball players in there, but then you can chase after a Chuck Norris auto. You can look at some of the cut autos. So I'm just focusing in on the autograph section. Obviously, you've got the baseball players in there, but you've also got some non-sport. Like the list of checklists for autographs is long on this.
It is,
and you got current players, you got Hall of Famers, you got different legends in there as well. But then here, cut signatures again. Super long odds on these because a lot of these people are long since passed away. So the only way to get it is cut autos. But you've got Amelia Earhart on here. You have got Casey Stengel of the Yankees. So you've got some baseball players in there. You got Cy Young. Cy Young is a cut auto on here. You're not likely to get a lot of those. Edmund Hillary. Yeah, you got Sir Edmund Hillary on here. So you can check it out. Again, you've also got some classic. You got John Quincy Adams. If you're familiar with it, there were 2 American presidents named John Adams. There was John Quincy Adams and John Adams. So there are 2 of them. Cool Papa Bell, Negro League star. Jimmy Carter, you've got on here. So again, it's all over the place. It's not just baseball. It goes outside of that realm into other categories as cut autos.
Yeah. And this is a fun product too, because not super expensive. And we will, sell this in packs as well. Where a lot of products, because of the cost, we've been keeping the hobby boxes sealed, but this one we will sell as packs. It is a limited supply, so don't wait too long to come in and grab a box. But definitely a fun product and won't do too much damage on your wallet. But great autographs in there.
Oh
yeah. Absolutely. You got some deep cuts though here, man. You got Martin Van Buren.
John Wayne might be there too.
John Wayne,
absolutely, yeah.
Richard Nixon.
Yep. I think they leaned quite a bit into the former presidents. But just so you know, like some history thing, Martin Van Buren, he was the 8th president. Kind of a more obscure one, I got to be honest. So you got to go into the deep cuts there, but that's within the first 10 presidents. So kind of an interesting one. But then you also got Stan Musial, you got Warren Spahn, Willie Stargell, Whitey Ford. So there's, and that's just in the cut auto. I was just focusing on the cut auto only.
Yeah.
Well, then when you go into the non-sport, that's where it gets fun. I talked about Usain Bolt and all that. Well, you've also got other folks in here. Now, I don't know who Dude Dad is. Dude Dad sounds like somebody that Blair knows all about. That's all I know. That's what I got on here. So we've got definitely a mix of different folks. Actors, actresses.
I'll have to check in with my daughter on Doodad. I don't know if he's some kind of...
It's all about Dude Dad, man. Again, if you're not going to get Chuck Norris, you got to go after Dude Dad. That's all I've got to say about that.
There's no Taylor Swift there, is there?
Not that I'm aware of. But you do have Cheryl Swoops, so former WNBA player. And then you've also got, another one on here, John Daly. So there's a good one for the golf folk. So again, you can have a little bit of fun with this. Check out the checklist. There's some deep cuts on here. So that one I would classify as more of a fun product. Seriously, check out the checklist, because if you're into kind of a fun, in today's standards, compared to the prices of some of the boxes of today, that's kind of a fun rip. Again, no promises, but there's the potential for some really fun pulls on that one. If you enjoy going a little off the beaten path, and don't be surprised if you get some more than just baseball cards in this baseball card box. There's a little bit of everything for everybody. And we didn't even touch on relics and all that. So there's still some more stuff for you to dig into. I'll leave a link in the description for you so you can check it out on your own time. All right, second one we'll touch on here. Let's talk about SB Authentic, because obviously Hockeyland, that's a big one. We would lose our CRTC license if we don't talk about the hockeys. So we're going to do that right now. So this is one of the big ones. So when we talk about rookies, so this is 23-24. It is a Connor Bedard product. Understand accordingly. Check in for pricing and availability. But that is one of the 3, pillar products for the rookies every year. You got your Series 1, Series 2. You got your Young Gun. Then also you've got your SP Authentic for your Future Watch Auto, and then the Cup RPA. We don't know when the Cup RPA is going to come out for this particular group. That'll be the third of the three, but this one's number 2, and this one's usually a big one. So bear that in mind. So there is your mock-up there of the Connor Bedard Future Watch Auto. That's the one that a lot of folks are going to be looking for. So that's your base version of it, numbered to $9.99. That's a classic. It's a staple. It's been the long-standing one. It's tradition. So a lot of folks will be looking for that. There will be more options as well. You can do the Future Watch Auto Patch. So you've got that as well. That would be a very big hit. Really monster pull as well. But then you've also got more autographs. You got the triple auto Sign of the Times. So Sign of the Times is also a classic insert that is included in here. And there's some interesting combinations. There are duals, there are triples, there are quads. So bear that in mind. If it is multiple player, there will be sticker autos. I believe some of them are on card, but I believe it's for the singles, not the double and triple autos. Anything beyond one signature, generally speaking, will be stickers for the most part. So just keep that in mind as well. So you've got Auto Patch here, Auto Patch Autograph. It's a mock-up, so potentially this could look pretty good. Your mileage may vary. And you do have a lot of throwbacks. So you've got 0304 Future Watch throwbacks. You do have your Sign of the Times. You've got your Retro Future Watch autographs and your Future Watch Auto Patches. That's a mouthful, but there's a lot of those combinations in there. So the Evolve insert is back. So that's one that had been used in the past. Freshman Focus here is included for some of your younger players. You've got your bounty cards, so you've got that. I'm just skipping through a couple of these. And overall, your breakdown. 9 cards per pack in Hobby Box, 10 packs per box on average. So you're getting 90 cards a box, 16 boxes in a case, 200 card base set. And what you can expect in a box is a Future Watch autograph per box, 1 additional autograph per box. So you're getting 2 autographs per box. Collaborations Evolve or Freshman Focus, 10 total cards that fit under those inserts. 4 pageantry cards, which weren't shown on here. I think they've updated the design of pageantry. They look a little bit nicer from what I've seen in some mock-ups. 1 pageantry red, 1 Spectrum FX bounty card, 1 numbered insert or premium insert, 1 additional one per box. And then in terms of red limited parallels, there are 10 per box on average. So this is what to expect in a single box. I think basically every pack will have non-base of some kind in there. That's become kind of the standard for SP Authentic. So you can expect that. And you can download the Excel spreadsheet file. And it's also broken down by categories in terms of autographs, inserts, and updates. You do have update cards in here like you do in a lot of other things. So that's kind of a high-level breakdown, just to give some thoughts. But anything you guys want to add as far as this product is concerned?
No, it just, unfortunately, the market's dictating a little bit of a higher price point on this. But what I can tell you is, we've been looking around. We just want to make sure we have the best price around. So we'll do our best. And I think right now, it is what it is. But I think we're significantly cheaper than most other places. So again, reach out to the store. It's a little bit of a limited supply. So I know some people have been reaching out wanting cases and multiple cases, but I want to, again, hold off and make sure those that want them can get them. Maybe after a week or so, there might be a few more cases available. But for now, let's just make sure everyone gets the opportunity to own one of these, before they're all gone.
Very good. Very good. So I expect we'll see how it goes. I do expect that it should be, it generally speaking is a pretty popular product again for the Future Watch, for the chase of that. I'm looking forward to see what the singles do once people start cracking it open. Yeah. I'll definitely be watching some breaks on that one. It'll be interesting to see how that one breaks down, and hopefully some people have some luck. So best of luck to you if you decide to open some boxes and check it out. But yeah, that's going to be interesting down the road to see how that one does. If Bedard continues to be very good, I think that'll be obviously one of the key cards. Generally speaking, for some of the star players, the Future Watch Auto tends to be one that people chase after. And I do like the Future Watch patch autographs myself. Absolutely. Historically, they've been very nice ones. If you're a fan, they're kind of cool cards to chase after. Again, if you're into it. Design looks all right for this year. I think not too bad. It's pretty consistent with previous years. And some of the returning inserts are kind of what you would expect. So we'll see. And again, as you go through the packs, you saw, based on the breakdown, you're going to get some kind of non-base. So I think the all-base pack is dead. I did watch an old SP Authentic break that someone did as kind of a precursor to this. And you had a lot of all-base packs. Well, that's gone. You're going to get something in there that isn't base in every pack, pretty much.
Yeah.
So We'll see. Your
Yeah,
miles
and
may
it's-
vary, so check out some breaks.
Yeah, and I mean, I know Bedard is on everybody's. Well, I don't know about everybody's list, but I mean that's where the money is. But I mean, it's a pretty strong kind of rookie class. There's a lot in there for team collectors and stuff like that. So and super high autograph heavy. So yeah, there's a lot in there.
For sure. Listen, it's going to be tough, though. I got to be honest. It dampened a little my enthusiasm. The lack of Chuck Norris I found disturbing. A little more Chuck Norris, that could have helped. It couldn't have hurt.
You were hoping for some AEW in there.
Listen, at this point, you may as well. Like, what's the harm? At this point, we're waiting for it. Look, Steve. At this point, just put it in there. If you're gonna give me a bunch of random retros, just put some AEW. Look, whatever you got to do, man. Just put something in there. Give me Chuck Norris. Give me Topanga. Put some AEW. Like, just put it all in there. All of it.
Give me Topanga.
There you go. There you go. The Collector, the Scalps, the Collector people, and
that was my favorite show. I loved her. Learned a lot. Learned a lot from her. Hi, Topanga.
there you go.
Little
did you know?
Yeah, notice has been sent. Anybody pulls a Topanga.
I was about to say, like, could you imagine if someone comes in with a Topanga auto in the store? Steve is like, no cost is too great.
It's the first card I'll ever see him buy.
Yeah, exactly.
For himself.
It's like all of a sudden, he's like the Collector, Scalps, Collector people. It's like, no, that's mine. That's mine. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Let me share a couple of cards here that were included as a little showcase here at the end before we call it an episode. So let's go through a couple of these and we'll call this one. All right, so first we start off, we're customary. We got a Pokemon. So this is an Umbreon 2021 Pokemon. I forget what SWSH is. Sherry literally told us, and I completely forgot. Do you remember, Blair, what SWSH stands for?
I do, and I don't even know Pokemon. I think, doesn't that mean Sword and Shield?
You know what? I think you might be right. Yes. I remember Sherry told us. Like, so look at Steve remembering. Very good. So it is an Umbreon card. PSA 10, Evolving Skies Secret. So you've got that on there. So appreciate that. It is a nice looking card. I'm sure it's very shiny, basically based on the type that it is. You don't quite get a sense of it here, but we got the Pokemon cover there. This one may look familiar to you.
The Umbreon.
Oh yeah. We'll never hear the end of this one. This was Sherry's big purchase at the National. And we sent it in to get graded, and it's now a Pop 1 1010. So I think she's still talking about it, but it's right up there with Kako Wow. But awesome card, and of course we're in Crosby territory, so awesome card for the store.
There you go, we got that. So we got a Cup RPA here out of 99 of Slavkovsky.
Attaboy.
So we got that in there. Nice patch on this one too, by the way. So we got that. Clean autograph on it. I don't know about what exactly character-wise, letter-wise, like it looks like a couple of squiggles for me, but at least like the squiggles take up a little bit of space, so I'll give them that.
That's not a Y, but I can't really make out the 20.
I'm not really sure about that one.
Yeah.
What I'll say is this. The autograph on the space that is there is clean, and I will say the patch on it is a nice looking patch. So you've at least got those two things going for you. So it is a decent looking card. We got a Connor Hellebuck here. So this is it's not really a PMG. It's one of those things that we want to make sure we always distinguish. So the autographs are not PMGs, but it does have kind of that design. It is the green autograph. It is numbered to 10. So what they do though is they distinguish it. They don't put PMG anywhere on it, even though it's kind of weird because it follows the PMG numbering. It's got the green. It's numbered to 10, but it's not a PMG. It's the green auto. But otherwise, it looks similar to the PMG.
Yeah, like the jersey, it's very eye appealing in person as well.
It is.
Well, I like the back to back. So again, I don't put these in a particular order for the most part. Sometimes I'll move one around or two. But if you notice, you got the two predominantly blue. So you got the Montreal Canadiens with a lot of blue, and then you got this one here with a lot of blue. So we got a little back to back theme there. And again, in terms of autograph, I'm not sure what that is, but I'll assume that says Hellebuck.
Sure.
So we got a LaMelo Ball here from Panini Hoops. So we got that in a PSA 10. So a Rookie Ink 2020 Panini Hoops of LaMelo Ball. Got to have a Bedard here. So we got a 23. So this is an Outburst draft card of Bedard. So the Silver Outburst in a PSA 10. Considering the Outburst can chip a little bit on a PSA 10, that's actually pretty solid.
Yep.
We got one of the Stanley Cup cards from Allure for Steve.
There
These are kind of fun.
Well, this is my pride and joy. I love the cup, and actually this one's numbered out of 10. So this would be so this would be a super short print. And even just trying to research online, trying to find comps, I can't find any out of 10. So either the people that crack them are keeping them, or they haven't been pulled yet. But anyway, that's obviously a pop one. And I don't know why, but I fell in love with these things, and I'm all in on them. But this is the numbered out of 10, and it's a PSA 10. So it's sitting in the showcase. I believe it's online as well. And I'm in no rush to sell it because I just kind of like looking at it.
Steve's got the no sell price put on that one.
Yeah. I just assumed he was holding out for the Topanga auto for this one. It's like if you come in with the Topanga and it goes, oop, just slides it across the table. Like, here you go.
Yeah, it's right next to my Topanga picture in my office.
Yeah,
there you go. So here's a good one, Steve. I want to take a minute. So I wanted to get through the other ones. All very cool cards, by the way. We always want to showcase these other ones, but I saw this on there, so I wanted to save this for last. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, but do you want to tell us a little bit about what's going on here? We got 33 Worldwide Gum Ice Kings, so we've got a whole group of them here. So do you want to talk to us about this one a little bit?
Yeah, actually, we found those locally. A guy just had sent a bunch of these in for grading and had them for a little while. And, it's a lot of money to be sitting on. And as neat as these cards are, of course, they're from 1933. It's a little bit more of an obscure vintage set. So collectors aren't necessarily lined up to get them. But with that being said, I think Blair came in and bought 5 of them. So, but he's obscure. But it's a big set. And of course, these are mostly like kind of commons and semi-stars. But the good thing about these for vintage cards, they're not super expensive in these grades. They range in price anywhere from like $75 to $200. So to get approaching 100-year-old card with nice eye appeal at a reasonable price, they surprisingly have sold. I think I had 19 and I might have 5 left. So just everyone wants a vintage card in their collection. And like I said, for the price, it makes sense. And of course, there's some defunct teams there. I see the Maroons and New York Americans there, who were short-lived franchises, or at least the Americans were anyway.
Yeah.
So it was kind of neat. Love getting the vintage stuff.
It's great. Steve's right. It is a big set. It's 72 cards, and so there's a lot of names there you may not recognize or haven't heard about before. And given there are the big stars, Morenz and Joliet and all those guys from back in the day. But surprisingly, I find it a bit of an appealing set. It's not the most colorful, but just with the background and then, the dark, kind of mostly dark images for the players. Like it's, I don't know. I kind of like that one. But yeah, it's a tough set and maybe not a sought after. Maybe, a lot of people try to go for the bigger name guys, but of course they're more expensive. But yeah.
And it's nice too that most of the pictures, are full body shots.
That's what I like.
And the camera angle, it looks like they were all ranged in size from about 4'8" to 5'2". But and honestly, a lot of players back in the day were smaller. So it was about being, quick and agile back then. So some of those guys were like in the low, 5'2", 5'4", 5'5". So, but yeah, no, neat. It's kind of like what isn't attractive about them makes them attractive, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that with the 51 Parkies too. They just kind of look a little, I don't know what the term is, but prehistoric, I guess.
I believe look. I'm going to back you guys up on what you're talking about, but when it comes to the 51 Parkers, the term you're looking for is ugly. Like 51 Parkers is objectively ugly. Yeah. These have a little bit of charm to them. So I'll back you guys up on this, because what this reminds me of, and I'm familiar with this product as well, with the 33 Worldwide Gum, the Ice Kings. But the thing is, this very much is similar to what happens in baseball with the T207 set. They're kind of, they're a little bit brown. They're kind of a little bit drabber and everything. But it does create for some interesting images. So it's one of those ones where the T2, if you compare it to the T205 and the T206, which are kind of the more famous and more popular ones, the T207, a lot of people look at them and go, they're a little bit drab. They're a little bit, they're very brown. It's got kind of that color. But at the same time, there's some interesting images in there. So it's like, if you can appreciate it for that, you can find some cool cards of some Hall of Famers in there that are going to be more affordable because it's not the first one people run to. They're going to look at some of the other cards first. So I think there is room for it. And you're right that 72 cards is still a fair bit. I like any set, though, under 100 cards. So if I was going to pursue a set like that, 72 cards is at least a little bit more reasonable. So if you grab 2 or 3 of them, you're actually taking a big chunk out of the checklist because the checklist can shrink for you a little bit.
Yeah.
So Blair, you grabbed a few for yourself. Is it a situation where you just wanted some copies for yourself, or were you working on a set? Or
no,
what's your thing?
Yeah, it's one of the sets. I guess I did. Funny, I didn't collect pre-war until maybe 4 years ago. Just there's so much to collect out there, and when you do a deep dive, all these different sets that are before the 51 set, but that one, again, I just started picking, here and there. I picked up a star and just some, they come across your way. I don't think I actively sought it out, but through all that, I think I ended up with, I still have a ways to go, but I think I have maybe like 45 of those, 72 or something like that. So once I saw them come into the store, I was like, wow. And of course, Steve gave me the eyeball. He said, we got to, usually it's not the store isn't a showcase for us to pick our collections, but this one was a little different because I think we picked them up on behalf of a gentleman who was looking to kind of liquidate them. So between myself and another, but yeah, I'm probably around that number. I can't remember. I just think to Steve's point, I really like the full image of the hockey players, and it looks like they're in like kind of playing poses, and then just with the teams that aren't around anymore. Kind of like a little bit of a history buff, but yeah. So that's where I am. I needed, I think 1 was an upgrade and 4 I needed. So yeah.
And just to touch on what Blair said too, like a lot of people out there probably wondering, like when Blair puts his collection together, things like that, we kind of have a rule in the store, when something comes in, because of Blair's a collector, Parker's a collector, Brad does a drive-by, he's a collector. I want the customers to have them first. That's what I'm all about. So when a new product does come in, usually we have a rule where it's got to be in the showcase for 2 weeks. So that way, customers have a chance to look at it, or if they want to purchase it, great. Then after that time goes by, if Blair wants it or whoever wants it, they can have at it. So, because this is not Blair's playground.
Exactly.
But it kind of is.
No, it's not. Well, yeah, for pricing stuff for the store, but not for buying. But no, I adhere to that. Like when I came on with AMG, that's it. I collect, and then I also don't. This stuff doesn't fall into the door every day either. So I got excited, but then I know that
you got excited.
I did, yeah. But yeah, that's our policy, and I understand that. I volunteer work for AMG, but it's mainly for the store, and I like seeing other. We did have one of our good vintage collectors come in as well, and he picked up 5 or 6, which I didn't think he was going to delve into this stuff, but he liked it. It was old. He same kind of things we're saying, so it just appealed to him, and he got 5 or 6, and I was as happy for him as me getting a couple. So yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to point that out because there has been a couple people question, exactly that. What do you guys,
absolutely.
What do you guys, when stuff comes in, do you buy it for your collections? And the answer is yes, but our kind of rule is, there's the odd exception. Like if Blair starts crying because I won't let him buy something, then he's got to work. But for the most part, we have a little rule, like we want everyone to have the opportunity. And then if it's, available, after an amount of time, then it's fair game to everyone. And, I don't collect anything, so I don't see the side of the collector.
Except for Topanga.
except for Topanga.
Now, yes, now I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
I was about to say.
but yeah, no, that's something I wanted to point out too, because every now and then people will kind of ask what we collect, and I bet you guys get pick up some great stuff when it comes in, and the same stuff we pick up is usually available to the customer first. Again, there'd be a few exceptions, but for the most part, just like those pre-war cards, they were sitting in the showcase for a short amount of time, and then every day Blair would come in and kind of peek around. Yeah, they're still there, and so yeah, he was happy when he left with them on the weekend.
Yeah,
sounds good. So I'm gonna pause everybody because I want to make sure time check. I want to make sure I get you guys out in time to open the store. So I'll wrap up here, but just for the record, I'm totally envisioning Blair from the attic just staring at anyone that comes by the Ice Kings.
Absolutely.
Like I'm just like he just kind of leans in and just peer. He's not interfering, but at the same time he's like,
well, not staring. He'd be like this in front of the Ice King. So
I'm just throwing it out there. I got suspicious. I don't.
Yep.
I think the fix is in, is all I'm trying to say. But it's good that you outlined the policy. I'm glad that you outlined it, so I appreciate that. We all appreciate that. Let's wrap it up on the.
Yeah, I did manage to sneak a little thing in there that these aren't for sale. I don't know if that helped.
Very sneaky. Very sneaky. So we'll cut it off here because I want to make sure I get you guys out on time. So we're recording this one. So we will be back with future episodes. Again, we're going to continue the lives as well for a little bit. If you got any comments or suggestions or anything, feel free to throw them in the comments section. Subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you know when we're going to do the next episode and also when we go live. So if you want to be part of the live, that's the best way to make sure you're part of it. So for Blair and for Steve, the Collector of Scallops, Collector of People, we thank you. Episode 54 in the books. We'll be back for the next episode upcoming. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you in the next one.